G'day guys and welcome back to Ados the Great YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video I'm going to be giving you my tips for the AFL Round 1 fixture starting tomorrow night for 2022. So it's crazy, we're starting on a Wednesday night. That's insane in my opinion. But I'll just go over quickly. I won't take up too much of your time. I'll just give you my predictions for this weekend's footy action. Now, I don't normally do my AFL tips because I don't do that well, but we'll see how we go in 2022. And guys, if you want this to continue, just let me know and I'll keep it going. So starting off with tomorrow night's game. Look, the tipsters are picking Melbourne. I agree with them. I think Melbourne will get the job done here by 18. I reckon they're gonna have an even better season this year. You know, I think the Bulldogs will fall a little bit. I don't think it'll be too far, but I do think they'll drop off just a little bit. I think the Demons will put in a good win tomorrow night. All right, Carlton versus Richmond. Now I'm going to tip somewhat of an upset here. I'm going to back Carlton here. Obviously, we can't do a margin, but I'm going to tip Carlton in a fairly close game. But I think they will get off to a hot start in 2022. So I'm backing Carlton in that one. In the next one, we've got St Kilda versus Collingwood. I think this one's pretty easy. I think the Saints will get the job done here quite easily over Collingwood. Sorry, Collingwood fans, I do apologise, but I just think the Saints are going to be too good here in round one. The next game. Sorry, I've got my fantasy draft going as well. It's just kicked off and I had no idea, so I'm trying to keep that going too. But let's keep this one going. All right, so Geelong up against Essendon. I think this is going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. I think Geelong will be another team to take a bit of a downfall in 2022, but I do think they'll win this game. I think they'll get that one done quite comfortably there on Saturday afternoon. Next up, we've got GWS Giants against the Sydney Swans. This one's tough because the Giants do play very well against the Swans, but I am going to tip Sydney there. I think Sydney are going to be the better team on the day. I think they'll get the job done here, so I'm back in Sydney. Next up, we've got the Lions against Port Adelaide in their first game of the season. I got the Lions winning this one quite comfortably at home. I think the Lions will be one of the best teams in the comp this year. I think that they're a lock for maybe the 1, 2, or 3 position. I don't think they'll be much lower than that. So the Lions get my tip there. This one I think will be a very interesting game. I am going Hawthorn, and I think they will end up winning this one quite comfortably. But I think North Melbourne are going to compete. I do think that Hawthorn could push for... Look, I don't think they'll be a top 8 team, but I definitely think they will prove a lot of people wrong and rise a fair bit up the ladder this year. So I'm back in Hawthorn. I do think they'll get a fairly easy win against North Melbourne, but I think North Melbourne will be pretty competitive. All right, in the next one, we've got Adelaide against Fremantle. Look, I understand it's at Adelaide Oval, and the tipsters are pretty close on this one, but I am backing Freo in this one. I think Fremantle are going to be a top 8 side this year. I think they will be tough to beat, especially in Western Australia. But, against the Adelaide Crows at Adelaide, I think Adelaide will have a better year than they did last year, but I don't see them beating Freo. I think Fremantle are just going to be a much better side than a lot of people are thinking. All right, and finally, we've got my Eagles. Up the Eagles against the Gold Coast Suns. I think this one's going to be a tough season for West Coast, but I don't see them losing to the Suns. So I'm back in West Coast there. So there's my tips locked in. And if you want margins for all the games, guys, I'll go over quickly just once more before we end off here. So I'm back in Melbourne by 18, obviously. Sorry. I'm going to back Carlton by 9. Then we've got St Kilda against Collingwood. Back in the Saints by 17. I'm going to back the Cats by 4. Backing the Swans by 10. The Lions by 16. Hawthorn by 21. I don't know if I gave you a prediction before, but that's my prediction now, locking it in. Freo, I'm going to back by 23. And I think, look, West Coast have a few injury concerns going into the first game of the year. I'm going to back him in a close one. I'm going to go by 7 here. I don't think West Coast are going to blow him out. I think it's a bit disrespectful to have an 83% to 17% tipster's choice there. I do think Gold Coast are going to be a tough team for West Coast to beat. But yeah, that's my predictions this week, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you agree with my picks? Do you disagree? I'd love to hear your opinions, guys. But yeah, that is going to wrap it up from me. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.